Hello guys, long time no see. I just got back from a Halloween party, so that's why I look like this. I went as Alice from Alice in Wonderland. But today, or I guess tonight, I am going to share with you my childhood Halloween books. So when I went to go decorate this year, next to the huge box of Halloween decorations in my parents' house was my old Halloween books, which I'd completely forgotten about, and I haven't actually looked at them yet. So we will revisit them together. Alright, so the first book is Wilhelmina Saves the Day. And I remember this, it came with like a ring or something in this little like plastic container. Let's see, enamel keepsake badge with flashing eyes. I remember that. It's so 90s. This was basically a story, like a Dumbo story, where no one thought she was cool, no one liked her because she was a witch and she looked like a cliche witch, and at the end she saves the day and then everyone finds her useful and she's happy, which is very conditional love, so I don't know how I feel about that, but I remember this was really cute. The next one is Let's Make a Haunted House, and I believe, look at how cute! I believe, wow, this is really short. This is a really little kid book. It was copyright 1995, which I'm copyright 1995. So yeah, it's basically just like, Mom and Dad said they will help us turn the basement into a haunted house. Let's put the streamers up. And it was basically like you go through them decorating the steps for their haunted house. And I remember this picture at the end made me want to be a pumpkin so bad, because I was just like, they look so cool. The next book, which was a huge hit with me in like 3rd grade to 5th grade, is Rattlebone Rock. This was given to me, it says, to Emma, Happy Halloween, October 2000, so I was 5, from my babysitter. And this book is the cutest thing. There's dancing little skeletons, and it's basically like a poem song thing, so it rhymes. And grisly goblins howled and hissed as they shuffle-shoe danced in the syncopating mist. And then the page next to all of the page with like the verse on it has like the noise that they make. So it's like shoo-sha-shap, shoo-sha-shap. It's just the cutest thing. The illustrations are really cute too. This is called The Halloween Secret. And this is another one that's like 10 pages tops. So it's a great like little kid one. But it's just crazy. If any of you have ever gone through like your childhood books, I remember these illustrations so well, looking at them and everything. How creepy. This cat puts on this baby costume and this is what it looks like. Is that not the creepiest thing? Ew. I don't know what the secret is. Oh, it's on the first page. Spoilers. The secret is that goblins, ghosts, and witches, Frankensteins, and thus all dress themselves in costumes to try to look like us. Wow. Mind blown. The next book is Scared Silly by Mark Brown, a Halloween book for the brave. And it says poems, riddles, jokes, stories, and more. Oh, I remember this. This just has a bunch of like poems and like a magic chant, and what else? Yeah, little poems, The Twitchity Witch, 5 Batty Bats, official monster bedroom checklist, like where to check for monsters before you go to bed to make sure you're safe. That's so cute. The Python by Ogden Nash. The python has, and I fib no fibs, 318 pairs of ribs. In stating this, I place reliance on a seance with one who died for science. This figure is worn to and attested. He counted them while being digested. Look at how happy he is to be eating that man. He's so happy. I'm so happy for him. Living his dream, eating those men, you know? Down with the patriarchy. So this next one is called Fiendish Fiends, a scary pop-up book. And who doesn't, at any age, love a good pop-up book? Oh my god, I remember this! It's about like this kid who gets lost on his way home, and he stumbles on like a creepy haunted house. And this ghost lives upstairs and his name is Gilbert. And that's what Gilbert looks like. He doesn't look that creepy. But Gilbert wants to find the ears of a small boy. Oh no, he captured him, look! The boy's in the cage. That looks like Lucifer from Cinderella. He's making a potion out of the ear of a small boy. Jack fled unseen from the room while Gilbert finished preparing his magic potion. So he obviously wasn't that good at kidnapping people if the boy got out that easily. Jack ran away, promising never to venture into the woods again at dusk. Yeah, no shit, Jack. Look at him and his smug face. Okay, this next one is called What Can You Be? By Andy Rector. So this is just basically saying, like, giving kids ideas of what they can be for Halloween. Like, you can be a witch. Or you can be a princess. I remember I loved this page. Because who doesn't want to be a princess? Oh, I thought at the end it'd be like, but the best thing it can be, you can be is you. But it just said, Halloween is coming, what will you be? Interesting. Look how cute this ghost is. Look at him! He's so chubby and happy. The next book is Halloween Night. And these are all from the same, like, publisher. It doesn't have a specific author for these, but it's like Landell's. And these are all $1.29. Halloween Night. I guess this is just about what happens on Halloween night. Mummies leave their tombs, witches fly on witches' brooms. Haunted houses come to life, ghosts and goblins too. What's it called this special night? They all know. Do you? It's Halloween. This next one is part of that set, and it's called Who's a Goblin? What is this about? I thought I saw a goblin. I remember this! I thought I saw a goblin, but I guess it was the moon. Anyway, my mama says she'll get my costume soon. Okay, so that kid just got scared out of his mind, thought he saw a goblin, but he's like, it's fine, I'm gonna get my costume soon, no worries. And look at this. It's like he turned into a pea with hair. Okay. It's time to put my costume on. I think I'll be a ghost. I'd never be a goblin. It's the thing I fear the most. The only thing to fear is fear itself. Is he naked? I think this goblin is naked, you guys. So he's trick-or-treating. He thinks he hears a goblin. He thinks he sees a goblin. He thinks he feels a goblin. He senses the goblin chasing him. He runs home with all of his candy. My mom walks in and sees me eat. She says, all that from trick-or-treat? My, how you gobble. Then I see, the only goblin here is me. Wow. She's making fun of him for eating his candy? That's fucked up. This next one, same thing by Andy Rector, and it is called The Spookiest Pumpkin. But that pumpkin looks adorable. So a spider's talking to a pumpkin. The pumpkin's name is Jack. The spider says, you're a big, big pumpkin. And he's like, maybe to you I'm big, but to the other ones I'm small. The other pumpkins, because they're all taller, or they're all wider, or rounder, or brighter. So they're already lit. They're in a pumpkin patch on a vine, but there's candles inside of them. That's odd. This is like Dumbo too. The spider's his only friend because the other pumpkins don't like him because he's different and it makes him cry and he's all by himself. The next morning, a noise woke up Spider. She heard the voices of children. They were picking up pumpkins. Oh, I hope I get picked, said Jack. I want to be a jack-o'-lantern. All the other pumpkins got picked, but no one picked Jack. Wow. So the spider decorates webs for him to make him feel special. And then the next day, all the kids come back because they're like, we need one more pumpkin. And they're like, wow, look at that one with spooky webs on it. And they're like, it's perfect. Jacko may not have been the tallest or whitest or brightest or roundest jack-o'-lantern at the party, but thanks to Spider's webs, he was the spookiest. Look, he's living his life. That cat stole one of his leaves. Okay, that's just depressing. So he really never got what he wanted because he didn't get picked in the first place because they were like, ew, he's a reject pumpkin. And then they only really picked him when they really, really needed a pumpkin, so I don't like that. Okay, so this one is like Wilhelmina. Spikes Spooky surprise. So Spike's a scarecrow. Okay. But he doesn't scare the crows. He's friends with the crows. Oh, okay. So all the animals that love the scarecrow, including the crows, they get him a pumpkin and they get him sheets, and he scares the farmer, who then is like, okay, you scared me, you're fine, you can stay. And he has a happy Halloween, and he has a happy life with all of his little friends, and then that little bitch just goes home because he's rude to his own scarecrow. The next one was, I think, probably my first book, just judging by like the age that this looks, first Halloween book. It seems like it's for a really little kid compared to these other ones. And I remember this really well. It's called Boo, Guess Who? And it's a peekaboo book. So it's Halloween night, who knows who's who? Boo, guess who's peering through the fence? And then like you see the little skeleton, and then it turns into a trash can, and you can see the jack-o'-lanterns lit up. That's really cute. They're all invited to a picnic. All the ones that said Boo, Guess Who all came together and they're having a picnic. And look at that baby Frankenstein monster. He's very scary. Everyone's cute except him, and if he's he's decapitated then. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking this. Okay, I saved the two best ones for last. So my second favorite out of all of these was Boo to You, Winnie the Pooh. And my childhood bedroom was Winnie the Pooh themed, and I still love Winnie the Pooh. So of course, this was a huge hit with me. It was one of those ones where like it tells you what button to press at what time. It used to work. I think it worked a couple years ago. It's finally dead now, but so you like play the sound along with the book, which is always fun. I honestly wish all books had that, just to like set the tone, set the mood. Wow, God, it had you press a lot of them. Look at this. Like every other word has a button you're supposed to press. But it's basically about like Pooh getting ready for Halloween. And he's just the cutest. And then they all end up super happy. And I loved it. And I still love it. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it after this. Last but not least, my all-time favorite Halloween book to this day. I had a cassette tape that like read it, and I had this, and I think about it every Halloween. I haven't read it in years, but I think about this all the time. So this is called Big Pumpkin by Erica Silverman, and when I think of like my childhood Halloween, this book is it. I used to get so excited to read this. My dad would read it to me all the time, or I'd listen to the little audiobook cassette. But basically it's about this witch, and Halloween's almost here, and she wants to make pumpkin pie, but she only has one ginormous pumpkin. And so she's trying to figure out how to get it to her house. And she asks the help of like a ghost and a vampire and a mummy to all help her do it, and they're all trying. And the pumpkin snaps off of its vine as they're trying to push it. And it landed on top of a hill. It bounced all the way down to the witch's house. And when it got to her door, the pumpkin just sat. "Hooray for the bat!" shouted the witch, and she hurried inside to make pumpkin pie. I remember that the lady on the audio cassette had like a really nasally, really good witch voice. "Hooray for the bat!" And then look, they're all eating her pumpkin pie because they all earned it, because they all helped her. "Drat," said the witch as she watched them all leave. Then she went right out and planted another pumpkin seed so she can do it again next year. It's so cute! So cute. Okay guys, please let me know if any of you have read any of these when you were a kid. They're all very 90s, I'm assuming. So if you weren't born in the 90s, I don't know if you will have even heard of any of these. But please let me know, or please leave down below any childhood Halloween books that you remember. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.